I'm going to bring on John Oliver, director Vinay Shukla, and Ravish. Please come up.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for having me. I'm here for two reasons. One is that I'm British, and when an Indian asks you to do something, you have to do it because of, a lot. And secondly, that I absolutely love this documentary. I've seen it twice. I'm guessing you've just seen it for the first time. So I remember this, everyone filming this on their cell phone. Ravish, that is the best thing about doing anything in the world now. People sit there going, I want to enjoy this, but now is not good for me. So, yes, we have here Ravish, who you've spent an hour and a half with, and we have Vinay, who spent years with Ravish for this. So, Ravish, let's start. First, how are you doing?
I'm fine, John.
You're really?
Yeah, almost fine. So.
Almost fine is the perfect way to explain your state of mind.
I've never spoken so much English in my life. I have started believing that this is not Ravish Kumar. This is the AI version of Ravish Kumar, who is speaking so much wrong English and bad English. So I'm almost fine. I'll do that.
Everyone have just watched you go through a lot in that hour and a half. I loved this documentary. I know it's odd to say that you love something which is so difficult to watch, but it's not just getting to see a newsroom basically suffer death by 1,000 cuts or 1,000 goodbye cakes, as is the case with this. You did the impossible, you two. You made chocolate cake depressing.
It was really very difficult to say goodbye to your dearest colleague.
Yeah.
And they were just not colleagues, they were friends, and they were champion professionals. We didn't know how to celebrate their going and what to do. So we just had one number we used to call send a cake.
They must.
Yeah, but yes.
That must have been such a hard call for them to get. It's not a birthday, is it? Nope. we were talking, Vinay, we were talking before that when you first saw that, it's so hard with something of this scale to work out what your moments of structure are going to be. And you hit early on the fact that the cake was going to end up being emblematic, right?
Yeah. Firstly, thank you everybody for coming here. This is really, really special. When I was pitching the film back then to various people to try and get it made, especially in this part of the world at times, or people who are not from India, people would be like, yeah, but who is Ravish Kumar? And I'd be like, he's like John Oliver, but better.
Yeah. Fair hit. Fair hit.
So this night is really special. Thank you so much for doing this. So on the first day I got there was a cake being cut. And it was one of the most unfortunately tragic things to come across. Because, these people have worked in this profession for about 20 years, 25 years. People come from various socio-economic backgrounds. So to be in your 40s, in your 50s, and then be told, your time's up, go out, find a new job, was very, very unsettling. So it was one of the things wherein I was like, this is unfortunate, but it could probably make for good cinema. One of my favorite sort of scenes was in the Godfather films. Whenever there are oranges on screen, they're usually followed by they're usually followed by a shootout. It was something in my cinema student days wherein I was like, someday I will do something like that.
Someday I will use a chocolate cake like the Godfather orange. It's a tough watch as an audience member, this. It must be quite the experience for you having to watch this particular 2-year turbulent period of your life, both at work and with your family. How many times have you seen this?
When Vinay invited me and my partner, Noina, to watch this movie, two of us was left in the dark room with a lot of popcorns and coffee. And I could not watch it. Mm-hmm. The moment the film gained its pace, I closed my eyes. And I kept asking Noina that what kind of movie he has made. So she used to nudge me that, no, no, open your eyes. I cannot watch it. So it's very different for me. So I had popcorn. She watched the movie, and she told me that. I asked her, just tell me if Vinay asked outside the hall, what would I say? And I came to him that I won't say a word to anything. I cannot say that this movie is good because it is so re-traumatizing for me that I cannot tell you.
I will say, if you can kind of turn off the human being in you and turn up the journalist, what you do have is a 2-year evidence of what happened.
Yeah,
Right? You do have a mini data set of what was happening at NDTV at that time. It's on the record now.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, stand by, cue.
नमस्कार, मैं रविश कुमार। आज जो चैनलों में हो रहा है वो पत्रकारिता नहीं है।
So media is gone in India, John. You have many beautiful, you can have ice cream in India. We have wonderful ice cream. We produce top class cake, better than Britain and America also, yeah. But we do not have a kind of media which should be called media.
I will say your English is pretty good when you're
Yeah,
sassing
it's
me.
improving with time, yeah.
All of a sudden, it comes out real fluid.
Let's hope you will start speaking in Hindi at the end, and I will.
You talk about the general state of the Indian media, and you ask, what's the point of distracting people with these imaginary problems? It's pretty clear you know, like, what the point is, especially because you later answer your own question when you say the sweet smell of nationalism has masked the stench of our reality. What has been more disappointing to you? The fact that Indian media has been so complicit in spreading that sweet smell, or that it's worked?
This media is out to kill opposition in any form, be it a political party, be an author, or Arundhati Roy, or any student's leader. You cannot watch it. Scale is very different. This is not a routine story of media decline. I know what is happening in US, in Britain, and in Canada, but this media is something else. We have to be very careful. And I want to say this to Indian diaspora also. You cannot allow this media to survive or any kind, in any form, in our democracy. It's a very hard-earned democracy. Indian democracy did not arrive because God chosen one. Many illiterate people, many common people fought for more than 100 years to get this democracy. And when the time arrived, they debated what kind of democracy are we going to get in the Constitutional Assembly. This is not a gift of one party, one leader. This is the people's democracy. And this media is destroying the people.
Ravish, why did you give him this level of access?
There were friends who were reminding me that you are allowing him so much. Then I said that I'm already being trolled by lakhs, millions of people.
Yeah.
Let there be one film. So I will tackle that.
Yeah.
At least he didn't blackmail me.
Yeah.
So I am very relieved that he's a good guy. He's
Yeah.
not blackmailing me. But he worked very hard. His team is amazing. They did not talk to me, neither Vinay nor Aman, neither Reshma nor Kalhan. They never spoke to me. And I used to say something in my car. They are still quiet. And I used to remind that what kind of, how much videos you want to get.
Yeah.
Let's start talking, yaar. I am alone, I am going alone. But they never talked to me. So they were so professional, and whatever the film is, it's their hard work, not mine.
Yeah, I want to talk to Vinay about that. 'Cause what was it like witnessing Ravish go through this experience for, as he says, 2 solid years?
I mean, I was honestly very, very firstly taken aback when I got there, because there is an impression. Ravish is fairly popular, fairly controversial in India. He's been in the media business for a long time.
That's a load-bearing use of the word fairly. There, but yeah.
So when I got there, I was expecting like a fair amount of machinery around him. Right. And I got there to literally find, like, even bare bones doesn't begin to describe what was around him. He was just like, it was him and a team of 2 or 3 people who you see in the film. And it's not just him, within the NDTV newsroom. And then I began finding out that this is a common occurrence across newsrooms, wherein people were operating in real meager resources. I mean, I was talking to you earlier, and just to give you an idea, John, how many people are there on your team?
Oh, you're gonna make them see what Ravish's face does now. We have a staff of about 80.
And and Ravish has probably a staff of 3 or 4, right? So that was the contrast for me when I got there and I saw it play out. To spend 2 years there, you're thinking like a filmmaker, right? So you're always searching for moments, you're searching for narratives, you're coursing the high, and you're chasing something continuously.
Was there ever a moment after watching him like answer his 10th abusive phone call in a row that you attempted to say, why not let this one go to voicemail?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so because you're seeing like a 2-minute scene in the film, I keep telling, I saw it play out for 2 hours. And over 2 hours, you really begin to wonder, should you be shooting this? Is this fun? Is this a sanity slippage moment? Because his wife is there, we are there in the room, and because I'm there to make a film, I'm really trying to capture it like cinema. So if you see the cameras right here moving around, he's lying down. So it is it's pretty invasive. Because at that point, you're wondering, should you be shooting this? And the only answer mostly that I tell myself is, I'll shoot it and decide on the edit, right? So you're also seeing somebody trying to cope with something that they don't quite have an answer to at that moment. And it's not like you have it either, right? So I just kept quiet, like Ravish said, and continued shooting.
Yeah, but it does serve as a very important record, doesn't it? Because while you are the subject of this film, clearly it's as much about NDTV as it's about you, and it's as much about Indian media as it is about NDTV.
This is a story about NDTV. If you see the frame of the film, the story is happening where? On the floor of NDTV. And that organization is also facing hardship. But this story is a story of Indian media. And when Indian media was demolished, dismantled, criminalized, and legitimized and weaponized to become a weapon of mass destruction laden with communal agenda, vicious agenda. This man was recording from the inside. Only things worried me a lot that this film carries my family's picture for the first time.
Right.
I was worried about that, how things will be interpreted, how videos will be used against them.
I mean, it is amazing watching your daughter witness
Yeah.
what you're going through. I think it'll be amazing for her to see this in its entirety one day, to understand the full context of what you went through. And there is that moment where you say to her, you have to stop calling me donkey. And she says, but you are a donkey, and then slaps you in the face. She's going to be a journalist, Ravish. That is speaking truth to power.
Think so.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for making.
Thank you, John. Sir.
Thank you.